Here in Zimbabwe, we're supporting a network of 8 local partner organizations that are dealing with orphans and vulnerable children. Now, all of these organizations already have programs that cater for needs like the food, the shelter, the clothing of the children, but they also want to cater for the psychological and emotional needs of these children. So Volens is assisting them in that sense, and that can be done through either specific tools for counselling, but also through developing certain activities that can be done by the children as a group, but that allow for them to be counselled afterwards as well. These tools can either have to do with creative arts, like puppetry or poetry, but can also involve sports and games. One of the tools that we've developed here is Capoeira.
My task as a Volens development worker in Zimbabwe is to help those organizations develop artistic tools that are being used for group counseling of orphans and vulnerable children. One of the tools that we are using is Capoeira. Capoeira practitioners adopt a philosophy that details that a positive environment helps individuals do much better in life, and it creates much more joy in life. An individual will have more friends if he interacts in a positive way, and a positive environment can be created by individuals and will in turn influence them to do much better in life. And this is what we wanted to capitalize on in the counseling sessions.
Whereas a game, it's played as a game, it brings out the playful elements of someone's personality. It gives you a very, it allows you to be very creative in your expression through the use of music, the dance.
The Africans were taken and enslaved in Brazil, so it was their form of dance and fighting, but in Brazil they had to disguise it as a dance so that they're not seen as practicing how to fight for liberation. So they developed it and they perfected it, and now Capoeira has become an international art form, and it's recognized in all continents, and it's practiced by all ages and people. Capoeira is already being used in helping disadvantaged children and trying to help them express their aggression in a positive way. So we decided to take it a step further and try and use Capoeira as a counseling tool. So we sat down and we listed several values that we thought that were intrinsic to the helping in playing Capoeira. And these values were skill, discipline, respect, confidence, playful, friendly, and trying. And with these values, we try and relate how the kids can use them in a positive way and try and interact in a successful way in daily life. So like, for example, you take respect. Like if a child were to ask, like, if I'm more respectful and respectful to other people, would I be more successful in interacting with others as well? And we try and use that. We try and use Capoeira to try and show it in the interaction.
The Volens people came to Marambo and introduced the counseling methods, just a group counseling method. So they introduced the Capoeira to the children, and the children enjoyed being members of this group. These group counseling sessions help children to be able to interact with other children, their peers, caregivers, brothers and sisters or siblings.
I like Capoeira because it makes you active and relevant. I learn to respect your parents, my parents. I respect teachers.
Okay. And what else did you learn?
Respect elders.
And we have seen great improvements with the children, especially when they play with other children and when they play on their own, or the family duties when they are sent to do something. Now they are very open, they are able to discuss those things which they failed to discuss with their parents before. And for those children who had difficulties in communicating with their caregivers or siblings, or even step brothers and sisters, they are now able to do that. They do some peer counseling on their own. After all those sessions they went through with Volens, and most of the time after the group counseling sessions, the children would sit around and then they would discuss how they played during the sessions. And most of the time you could see that those who were a bit harsh or rough with the others, they became a bit gentle, and then they were even telling the others not to hate one another.
I like Capoeira. Capoeira is good. Capoeira.
Why do you like it?
Huh?
Why did you like it?
I like it. Teach. You like what you are teaching gents. Respect.
As capoeira is a martial art, it is non-contact, so it's of paramount importance that the practitioners actually avoid and try not to kick each other or hurt each other. So in this case, the children experience that they have to respect each other's boundaries, and they try and relate that how they can use it in daily life when they're interacting with each other.